Good morning, everyone. It is September 15th of 2023, and I'm going to do something a little unusual this morning, and I'm actually going to record a video while I share out my screen in the Discord server. For those of you who don't know and who are willing to learn the strat and some of the other things that I teach, if you show up every morning, I share out my screen and I share my thoughts and my process with people for free. I'm not looking for a handout. I don't need the money. I don't need a subscription. I don't need any of that. All I want are people who will show up and do the work. And if you're willing to do that, then I'm willing to help you along the way. So enough with that. This is actually what I do every morning because that is the most common question that I get is, what is your process in the morning? And it's very, very important that you develop a process because you're going to find out that as you do this and as you get more and more comfortable, that not only do you enjoy the moment, but it literally gets to the point where you enjoy the process more than uh, the actual daily events that happen uh, because you're just ready. And that's one of the nice things about the Discord is that technology has really bridged that gap and helped us get to the point where we can share a thought instantly with someone, right? And before, we didn't have that capability. And so technology has really not only given us the ability to bridge it, but to be in contact with people and to just kind of be right there in the trade with someone if they want us to. And that's strictly up to you. You don't have to sit in the group or in the Discord. Sometimes, I would say probably 90% of the people who are part of this Discord server, which we're well over 100 plus now, a lot of them just come for the ideas and the thoughts that I post within the actual stock channel. But there are some of you that like to sit and talk and trade, and I'm not going to disclose those names, but just understand we do have a group of people who do that, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. So let's get to it. This is the actual at 614 where we are with the futures, and for the indices, I follow the dollar, the micro, Russell, the ES, the Qs, and uh, basically the Dow here. Sorry about that. I had to get my keyboard to work. And then what I do, I trade only the ETFs. Okay, only the ETFs that mirror those indices. And I have found that that's more comfortable for me because I like to not only trade stock, but I also like to sell puts and covered calls with as far as options go. And by far, my favorite and the group's favorite is TQQQ, and we talk about this daily about the setup going in. So now, when you look at this, just understand that the S&P or SPXL here, because like I said, it mirrors the 500, S&P 500. We are finally trying to get above this 10-day moving average. And I place a lot of emphasis as far as the strength and the health of the market when we're below or um, above it. And you can see right here that it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days or 6 days before we actually got a close above it. Anything else got sold into. So the question is, do we run now to this 93.88 here, or do we come back down? Because if you look at it, you can see that right now for the week, we are still inside the previous week. So we've got a double inside. So what are they going to do today? Are they going to try to go 2 up, or are they going to break it so hard that we'll go 2 down, or do we close inside week? We don't know. We do know that for the month right here that we are still inside month. Is it any wonder why people are getting killed right now? Why am I losing money right now, Phil? It's because we are inside month people, and we are inside week. You have to understand the big picture and realize that when we go inside month and inside week, that means we're chopping. We're back in that chop. TNA. TNA is, let me clear this crap out of here. This was something that I was showing someone in the group. Look at this chop here for the month. This is the monthly chart right here. And for those of you who don't know, the far left, this is my year. This is my quarter, month, week, and then this is a daily 1 year. And I really, really emphasize and stress the big picture. We gotta understand the big picture. Stop looking at it underneath a microscope on a 5, 15, or a 30. You're gonna go nuts, okay? Understand the big picture, trade the direction and the momentum of it. And that is something that you will learn how to do within the group. You can see that right now TNA is still struggling to get above the 10 here. We're in conflict. 7 days below the 10-day moving average here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. TQQQ. We are now 5 days below since the recross. And what I mean by the recross is that you have a 2-day moving average and a 10-day moving average. And right now, we are still below the cross of the 10-day moving average. Let me just show you this, okay? Because it's probably easier to see visually. And I know some people love to see a visual representation of this. And I'm the same way. I am such a visual guy. So let's just change this to 2 here. And I'm actually going to move this to white so we can see it. Alright. And so if I drill down into this, right there, you can see how this 2-day moving average has not yet recrossed this green line right here. Matter of fact, the 2-day moving average is at 41.42. And I know that because in the upper bar right here, it tells me that right here and right here when I hover my mouse over the day. So the 2-day moving average is 41.42 and the 10-day is 41.45, which means we are probably going to recross this if we have any kind of strength in the market. Now, this is something that you can learn more in depth with the Discord channel, and I will work with those who want to know how I do that. But for now, I just like to use the 10 on it, so that's what we'll do. And let's look at the UDOW here, and you can see now we are above the 10 as well, and we are trying to go back up here. Now the difference with the UDOW is, you see how we went 2 up for the week here? Let's go back to the Qs. Qs, look at this. Double inside week again. Month, double, or inside. So this is why the Qs have this chop action right here, and people are just getting killed. If you don't know how to trade in this area right here, you'll lose your mind. And this is where a lot of traders lose the most confidence. And I'm going to help you get past that in the Discord. Just show up. Alright, so let's take a look at what we should be looking at. And that is right now we can see that the S&P and all the others are trying to go up. So if that's the case, then we want to look at full time frame continuity up. So in order to do that, let me back up here and show you that I have my own basket. So what is this basket? This basket consists of stocks, ETFs, or stuff that I actually want to trade. And I have put these names into my own personal basket. And so whenever I see something that I like, I just add it to this basket here, and then within Thinkorswim, I actually created some of these scans that will look only in my basket. And so for instance here, this full time frame continuity up Phil's basket, this is my scan that I set up. And you can pause the video here, and you can actually just create the following thing, but just keep in mind, I mean, if you have your basket named something else, just make sure you scan in your basket. And so what does that do? So after you set this up and you come in here and you actually save this scan query, every time now when you go to this watch list, or if you add a watch list, and you will see that this is an actual scan now that has been saved into your drop down here. And so I just kind of leave these watch lists open. You can see I have one for up, down, and then all stocks up, all stocks down, and then I have a condo play. And just because I don't want this video to go too long, we're only going to focus on the full time frame continuity up. So let's look at this. These are all the stocks right here that are in an uptrend. How do I know these are all in an uptrend? It's not because of the 2x10 right here. That's not it. It's because when I look at this here, look at this very important part right here. Now for those of you who are new to this, you're going to watch me do this in the Discord a lot, where we have light shot and I point to these moments or to what I'm looking at so that you can see this. But this is what they call full time frame continuity. So you have it on the daily, the week, the monthly, the quarter, and the year. They're buying this. And we know that because when we look at the candles here, let's just visually look at this. On the month, green. Quarter, green. For the month, we're inside, but we're green. Week, green. And then we have the daily, which is green. That is full time frame continuity. And I'm telling you, once you learn full time frame continuity and how to use it to your advantage, you are going to be ecstatic and excited when you see an inside day like this, when it pauses and then we follow through with a day like that. It is going to position your trade to where you can sit comfortably into it. All right, let's take a look at that. So these are the ones with all full time frame continuity. And some of these are bigger names, some of these are smaller. And what I want you to get from this is that not all bank accounts are the same, right? Not everyone has the same liquidity to get in and out of big trades, smaller trades. And I want you to know straight up that I work with people who have very large accounts and those who are just starting out. There's no shame in any of it. You gotta learn somewhere, somehow. Matter of fact, I would say that the people with the smaller bank accounts probably are more receptive to the process and the strategy because they have more to gain from it. Let's keep going here. BJ, I mean, look at the move BJ put in yesterday. Look at this candle, guys. This was an inside and it just exploded up. So when you hear other people on YouTube talk about the inside bar being like a big spring compression, that's what they're talking about. That is a phenomenal move. Look at this thing. 68 all the way up to 70. That's a $2 move. And so if you're trading a smaller account, that's where you want to be. You want to be in those names. Coin, CPG, still acting well. Be interesting to see if we can get above that. Crowd. Carvana, this is one we traded in the group. I won't tell you her name, but she's one of the very first people that I ever worked with. And I told her way back when Carvana was way down here, I said, Carvana was a condo play at $10. And it looks good. And so now, she gets a little upset about it, but she's been catching it. She's been getting these moves right here. So she's learned a lot too. And I told her, I said, you remember the day when you would be scared to death to take that trade? And she just kind of chuckled. So like I said, I won't tell you her name, but she's really fun to hang out with, and we do bounce a lot of ideas off of each other. Dell, look at how Dell, we bounced, or we reported earnings, and then we rested, and then we were trying to run again. And that goes back to the RRR in my logo here. And people ask, what is that RRR? Well, the RRR is run, rest, run. And so let's just look at this right here. Let's start all the way back here. That's a run, that's a rest, 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 that's a run, a rest, a run, a rest, a run, a rest, a run, rest, and then a run, and now we're resting again. So do we bounce and go higher, or do we just continue to go down? That is how you break down a chart, and that's how you actually apply run, rest, run. So you're going to learn in the group that the run, rest, run is a very, very powerful move. And when we identify a stock that is doing this, we sell puts against this thing. And if you don't know what that means, like I said, come to the Discord. Let's not make this too much longer. You guys get the point. Dow is up, Diamond up, GE up. Google is one that we took in the group, and this one looks really good. We're going to try to get this one up to 144. This is a position where we sold the put. IGT, look at this one, how they kind of lulled everyone to sleep, and then they gapped it and they moved it right back up. That put it right back into full time frame continuity. IHG, IRM, JP Morgan, financials are trying to bounce. CarMax looks amazing here. Meta looks good. Morgan Stanley went right down to that quarterly level of support, and I know that's the quarter visually because I've done my homework, and this color and this line represents a quarter. Micron, look at that, right back up to resistance. And we have earnings. You're going to learn about that too, how a lot of the stocks, especially NASDAQ stocks, have a tendency to run right back to the previous high prior to earnings, about 1 month out. Oxy looks good. PBR finally got through this year, so it has a new high for the year. Look at that. And this is the year chart, and we know that to be true because that is about ready to try to take out 1632. This is one where we sold a put down here, and I ended up taking my money at Target here on Friday or last week, and you can see right here that it just chopped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days right here, and that was one of the reasons why I just closed this trade, because I was down here and from down there. And then this is something where I might revisit this and get back in and sell another put, because this is another one that is behaving well, right? We got a run, a rest, a run, and then we got a rest, and now we're trying to run again. And so the ideal target on this is 1631. So let's get through this, and then we'll upload the video. PG&E still acting well. This is a utility company that just got the snot kicked out of it when they were going through some of their litigations. And what else is doing that? Well, to go off record here and down a rabbit hole a little bit, Hawaiian Electric is another one of these utility companies that is right now mud in the media eyes. So this is one where you could get in here, and what I tell people is that chances are this company is not going to go bankrupt. And we were selling puts down here at the $5 level and higher, whatever your comfort zone is, and we were collecting up to the $60 premium on this for just taking the trade. So that's something you'll learn how to do. Let's finish this list. PLTR, look at how it's holding that 1356 range. And this right here, this again is a visual aid to help me. This is monthly support, and that's why I represent that on my daily charts. I represent the week, the month, the quarter, and the year, so I know visually that I know that this is a year high, and this right now is a month where it's holding that area. rig. This is another one that has just been phenomenal for us. For a lot of the new traders out there that come to the group, I'm showing people how to not only trade these broadening formations, but also how to benefit from it to where you buy 100 shares and you're comfortable sitting in this, and then we sell what they call a cover call. And not only do you get the premium, but you will also get this move. It's part of what they refer to as the wheel when you trade options. If you don't know what the wheel is, Google it, watch some videos. There are several great teachers out there on how to execute the wheel. And like I said, it's fairly new to what I've been doing, and I absolutely love it. And if you want to learn, show up. I'll explain it to you. And I promise you, if I can't explain it to you, I'm going to find someone who can. Because this is an amazing strategy. So rig right now, you can see, is at 878, 880. I own shares in this. And if I end up executing this the right way and my shares get called away, which you want in the wheel, I will stand to make some really good money on just a $9 stock. Hint, hint, great for people who have smaller accounts that want to learn how. Rivian is behaving well. You can see how we're still holding that 10 and moving up. Schlumberger, same thing, 12 days. SoFi is one that I would love to see get back up to this $11 range. And I am currently in this position where I have, I sold the put in it. And basically, if I get my 100 shares out of the deal, because when you sell the put, basically you're hoping to get assigned 100 shares at a certain price. I am hoping that this thing assigns me 100 shares because I think it looks good. Wells Fargo is bouncing along with the other financials. And then you have companies like Walmart that are just on fire, 13 days above the 10-day moving average. Yet another one that you want to learn how to sell the put on, because look at this. We just keep going higher and higher and higher and higher. Translation: anyone who continues to short this, they're wrong. And they are being forced to cover and participate into the trend. That is what selling the put is all about. You want to find these because they're very comfortable trades to sit in. And they pay you premium. How much premium? Well, with Walmart here, oops, I actually click something here. Option chain. So if you sold this 1 month out at 160, you would collect what they call a $76 premium. And I'm not going to go into details, just know that you would have a $76 premium on that. XLF is still behaving well. That's the ETF for the financial sector. And then we have ExxonMobil. Well, that's it. That is just going over full time frame continuity to the upside and what it can do for you. I know I threw a lot out there, but I'm excited. I'm excited because the Discord channel is growing, and also I've been able to get another channel within another. I have a lot of respect for him, and I won't say his name, but he actually joined my channel, and then I was approached by him and asked if I would actually share my thoughts on in his channel as well. So what an honor. And if he allows me to tell you who he is, I'd be more than happy to do a follow-up video and do that. But I don't want to be a name dropper. But that's it for now. If you have any questions, please let me know. Guys, I really do care about people. And I really want to teach this because it is life-changing. And it just goes back to, I want the people who want to learn. I'm not going to be a glitzy and glamorous guy who shows a P&L and tries to bait you in. I am sincerely trying to teach and pay forward what I have learned. And with that said, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And if you're willing to do the work, show up at 5 o'clock every morning. I share out my screen on Discord for free. Let me say that again, for free. And I share my thoughts. So until then, live, laugh, love, and just smile. Because we're right now in the world, we need more people who are passionate and enjoy what they do. Hug your family, love them, enjoy the day. Talk to you later.